I'm Dr. Joshua Reichert, Associate Faculty in the Forbes School of Business and Technology at Ashford University, and this is the weekly overview for Week 4 of Management 415, Group Behavior in Organizations. You have two learning outcomes this week. You will be able to compare the models of group decision-making and examine the impact of group power in the workplace. If you think about what we've studied up to this point, we're moving to application and synthesis of the ideas regarding group dynamics within organizations. And ultimately, this does come down to decision-making and power. So as groups interact with each other and as they work through conflict and hopefully get to that performing and norming stage, the ultimate demonstration of a group's effectiveness is whether or not they can make effective decisions, whether or not they know who has the power to make those decisions, and whether or not they comply and conform with the decisions that are made. So this week you will have two chapters to read in the textbook, Chapter 7, Cooperation and Conflict, and Chapter 8, Technology and Teamwork. I'll say one word about Chapter 8. Of course, the dynamics of cooperation within organizations and even decision-making to some degree has changed dramatically in the last 25 years as internet-based collaboration tools have become mainstream. So as I mentioned even in our discussion forums, groups are making decisions and working together in virtual ways that they have not traditionally in the past. And so sociologists and organizational theorists are studying these phenomena to understand how the technology involved is impacting the way groups work together. This is a rather light week assignment-wise. You have only two discussions this week. The first one is a discussion on cooperation and conflict, and the second is a discussion on technology and teamwork. Of course, your initial posts are still due on Thursday, and your reply posts are due by Monday. Even though this is a light week assignment-wise, I want you to look ahead to next week for the final assignment because it is a rather large one. For the final assignment, we're going to go back to week 1 when you chose a generic organization and began discussing some of the group dynamics involved in that organization. And for the final assignment, you are going to assume that you were hired as a consultant for this organization. And you've been asked by the president of the organization to prepare a background paper on the results of your research and to make recommendations to improve group productivity in the organization. So this paper is actually a mock consultant's report for that organization. Now, it still has to be in APA format, still has to use APA style citations, but the scenario is very much an application assignment as if you were hired as a consultant. So I'm mentioning the final paper because you need to look ahead now. It is an 8 to 10 page paper, so it will be a big project, and that's 8 to 10 pages without the title page and the references pages. So please go into Module 5 and look at the requirements of the assignment. I will provide more guidance next week, but it doesn't hurt to go ahead and look at Week 5 even now. You could also begin conducting some research and collecting some of your sources and citations for that project here in Week 4 so that you have those ready in Week 5. As always, feel free to contact me via the Canvas inbox. I'm here to help, and I want to see you succeed in this course.